turn, so left side pass, she passed me on my left side. An underarm turn, the lady's doing the exact same steps. I'm just gonna move to the other side while she's doing those steps, and it ends up going underneath those arms. Now, I showed that without the guide's footwork, but that's the basics of it. So once again, an underarm turn, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6.
Pretty much a good rule to follow, guys, is your first step is always back. Your second step is where you're going to get out of the way if you want her to pass you. The beat 4 is when you're going to get back into the slot if you're finishing the passing on the figure.
Except, yeah, whips are then you're not done passing. So
It is the last step before the anchor step that you will get back into the slot.
So what Chelsea's saying, let's say my left side pass, my first step back, cool. My second step determines what the figure is. Am I gonna go to my right? Am I gonna go to my left? Am I gonna go straight back? If I go straight back, it means I'm not gonna let her pass me. We're just gonna stay in this slot, and we're gonna do a push break or a sugar push, or a tuck and spin. If I move off to my right, well, we're gonna do a left side pass. If I move off to my left, we're gonna do an underarm turn.
And it's on that beat 4 or that last step before the anchor step in all those cases that keeps us back into the slot.
Correct, so if I'm breaking it down slower, so back, I'm off the slot, triple to back in the slot. It's that last step of the first triple that I'm coming back into the slot, and then we can do our anchor step. Reminder on West Coast technique, though. So West Coast technique is the way I like to talk about it is we're kind of sitting. We want tension in this arm, but we don't want so much that we're gonna fall backwards if we let go of each other. So the way that we do this, if we're standing straight up, we join these hands, and then we bend the knees slightly, and kind of sit just a little bit. That creates enough tension that now that she can feel if I'm gonna move, and she can come with me.
The way that I like to tell people is if you've ever been to a really grimy dive bar and the bar stools are kind of gross, but you want to sit, but you don't really want to sit, so you just do the little perch, right?
So you're just perching on the chair, you're not quite actually sitting on the chair. So that's kind of the idea of West Coast swing. And then our anchor step, the whole idea of that anchor step, that last triple beforehand, is so we can get back into this sitting position so that she can feel me move again.
So if you finish a figure and you're this close to your partner, your anchor step can move back a little so that you get into this nice, good postured position again. Or, if you're already back here, you're here and you need to shuffle in a little bit. Or if you're already in a really good position, then that's when you just rock, step, and twist. So it's a resetting. You have 2 beats to reset yourself and get ready to do the next thing.
Okay. Push break once again. Back, back, triple 2, 3, anchor, step. Left side pass, we showed that, we'll do that again. Back, back, triple 2, 3, anchor, step. Wow, the steps, guys, we don't get to move very much.
We joke about the ladies get the whole slot, the guys get a 1 foot by 1 foot box.
Underarm turn, I move off to the other side. So I move off to my left with that second step. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Sugar push. So sugar push changes our timing. So sugar push was a back, back, touch, step, anchor, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's the timing on our sugar push. 1, 2, touch, step, anchor, step. Let's see. Okay, those are all the basic ones. Now we need to go through the other ones that people had questions on, the tuck and spin and the wrapped whip. So if you remember, I talked about West Coast Swing has only 4 basic figures. We just did 3 of them. The push break, the left side pass, and the underarm turn. Those are 3 of the basic steps. The only, everything else that's in 6, that takes 6 beats is a modification of those 3 steps. The 4th basic step is the whip turn. This one takes 8 beats, so a full 2 measures as opposed to just a measure and a half like our 6 count figure's done. Lady steps for the wrapped whip here, because everything gets easier to start with. She is going a forward, forward, forward together, back, 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 anchor, step. So moving down her slot and back. Honestly, the ladies have, the whips, in my opinion, the ladies have it easy in comparison to the guys' steps. The guys only difficult, the nice thing about the guys is every single whip, we get to do the exact same steps. It's just hard to
Steps
get
are harder.
those steps in the first
I'll give
place.
you that your steps are always harder, but you get it easy in so much that you're gonna do the same thing every time, pretty much no matter what. There's only like 2 whips that I can think of that you even have to think about doing.
Like a side whip.
Yeah.
So, guys' steps, we are doing a back, crossover in front, then we're gonna triple around behind our back, triple 2, 3, then we do a behind, kind of like a 7 with our feet, we step back into the slot, and then anchor step at the end. So if you see, I just went around her. That's all that I'm doing. She goes down the slot and back, I go around her. So, wrapped whip, we want to join both these hands in order to do this. If I don't join both these hands, she's gonna think I'm just doing an underarm turn. Because I don't have that other hand to tell her not to turn. So, wrapped whip, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
And when you let go of those hands is very subjective. It's kind of whenever it happens.
Whenever it feels comfortable.
What I talk about is that after I'm here, I just kind of leave this hand, like the back of my hand against my rib cage here, and as I back up, that hand just slides off. And just whenever it happens is fine. Don't worry too much about when you let go, just don't try to hold on.
So we'll show that once again. This is called a wrapped whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go ahead and try that together.